Sounding all right? You happy with that? Sounding good?
Sounds good to me. I'm just waiting for you back here.
Perfect. Thank you very much, sir.
Yes.
Can we do another one?
Yeah, of course.
Good evening and welcome to Jack Smith Park for this round 11 clash between West Times Birkalla and Croydon Polonia. We should be in for an absolute stormer of a game this evening, with all points, 3 points to play for here. Croydon coming off a 1-0 loss to Metro Stars last week, which they probably would have felt harshly done by, and Birkalla coming off a win last week. How's that sounding? Is that sounding all right? Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing.
Thank you.
All good?
He's happy.
Thank you, sir.
We all play the same game. The battlefield may look different, but between those painted lines, the feeling each of us get alongside our tribe. Let the moment sink in, then let it rip. The runs out wide, last-ditch efforts and clean sheets. The tap-in or rocket to the top bins. The eruption of the 12th player that sends shivers down your spine. It's in the way we celebrate, because football is everyone's game. Play football.
For over 25 years, HPG Homes have been helping South Australians build and own their dream home. Whether it's a house and land package, custom build or development, our HPG fixed price guarantee ensures no nasty surprises or price changes along the way. We're committed to quality, affordability and creating a way of life for you and your family. Fixed price, turnkey. It's gotta be HPG. HPG Homes.
Puts in the penalty and wins the grand final for Campbelltown City.
Good evening and welcome to Jack Smith Park for this round 11 clash between West Times Birkalla and Croydon Polonia.
You could just see it. You don't know.
As the players make their way we'll go through the lineups for this evening's clash. We'll start with the home team in West Times Birkalla. Number 2, Adam Lacorn. Number 3, Abdul Balamba. Number 5, Reece Jurjevic. Number 6, Ryan Yates. Number 14, Nathan Andijanto. Number 17, Dylan Klassen Thomas. Number 18, Yohei Matsumoto. Number 20 and captain, goalkeeper Nicholas Harpers. Number 22, Alan Welsh. Number 26, Tyrese Conway. Number 77, Chris Christophilos. And on the bench for Birkalla this evening, number 1, Nicholas Woolley. Number 7, Jonathan Dorigo. Number 8, George Blackwood, returning from injury. Number 15, Zach Becker. Number 21, Boris Bushkov. And number 23, Harrison Ashworth. And lining up, and your coach, for Birkalla is Stav Galakis. Lining up for your Croydon Polonia this evening, number 1, Daniel Margush. Number 5 and captain, Luke Klimek. Number 6, Christopher Vivian. Number 7, Maya Bisamoto. Number 8, Adam Martinello. Number 10, Thomas Greco. Number 11, Oscar Slattery. Number 12, Luca Trimboli. Number 15, James Polly. Number 17, Passia John. And number 22, Bol Mapor. On the bench for Croydon this evening, number 3, Lachlan Doherty. Number 9, Santana Barkowski. Number 13, Junior David. Number 16, Christian Brazali. Number 20, Alexander Good. and number 21 in reserve goalkeeper Matthew Voigt. And there are a few changes for Birkalla from last week's game. These changes are straight, same lineup as last week. I thought there were some changes, but they are missing key player in Charlie Devereaux this evening. I actually see him just standing in front of me. Croydon have made a couple of changes. They have lost Brazali this week. Jared Brazali, that normally plays in the back line alongside Bolmapour. He's out this week, as is their lethal striker in Andre Carl. He's also missing, and he's coming. Luca Trimble is coming to the side for him this week. What should be a very enticing clash here in the RAA NPLSA between Birkalla and Croydon. As we look to get underway, the referee this evening is Joe Jordan Tripodi, and he just blows his whistle to get away, and here we go. Vivian looks to go long, looking for Pascal John down this right-hand side, and happy to see that one go over the touchline for a throw-in. Here's Energianto. Each one finds Conway. Goes back to Christopoulos. Finds Energianto. Great little deft touch there for Welsh. Welsh is able to release Palambra on that far side. He chases that down. He's in a foot race with Polly. He gets there first. Polly goes back, finds Matsumoto. That's happy just to keep the ball back to Yates, and they'll go all the way back to Jurjevic. And they'll look to rebuild. He's recording. Pascal John. He loses out to Luca Trimboli, but he will throw in. James on the ball again. Goes back to Christopoulos. He's backed right into a corner. Gives away the ball to Martinello, who's come back inside this week after injury. Here's Pascal John. Happy to see that out for a corner. And there's the first corner of the evening. Minute and a half into this game. Croydon able to get Birkalla onto the back foot. That does allow the tall timber to come forward in Bolmapour. They are missing Jared Brazali this week, another tall timber. It'll be interesting to see how they deal with his absence. Polly will come all the way across to take it. Birkalla set up defensively. And the commentator Mark Talbot doing it solo tonight for this RAA NPLSA clash, and the ball goes far post. And there's Harpus with the punch. Bolmapour picks it up on that left wing for Croydon, inside to Slattery. Slattery can go all the way back to Vivian, who had a great game at left back last week. He's shifted inside with Jared Brazali out this week. He's shifted into a centre back position alongside Bolmapour, and Klimek has gone to right back from midfield. Martinello comes straight back into the middle of the park alongside Thomas Greco. Welsh with the flick, and as far as Polly. Yates pushed in the back and wins the free kick. Happy to play the ball backwards, keeping the ball, trying to draw Croydon out. There's Harpers, he goes long, looking for Conway to run onto, but Nepal's there. And as far as Klassen Thomas, again, happy to play backwards and keep the ball. Here's Matsumoto. Both teams lining up in a 4-3-3. The corner looking for Balamba in behind, but Polly wins that first. Klassen Thomas is able to bring it down. He looks to run forward and does so, looking for Conway, but played it in behind and it goes out for a throw-in. So both teams setting up very similar, 4-3-3. home side setting up with Jurjevic and Lacornu centrally at the back. Matsumoto on the right-hand side and Christofilos on the left. Through the middle, Yates, Andy Janto and Custom Thomas, and Burke's come away with it. Here is Andy Janto. He plays Balamba. Balamba's able to turn and look for Custom Thomas, but cut out by Vivian, who deals with that very well and comes away with it. Thomas Greco finds Hisamoto. In turn, he goes wide to Slattery on the far side. Inside to Hisamoto. Hisamoto goes wide for the overlapping Pollen. He crosses and does so early. And there's Harpus with a good, very important touch, and then Antijanto happy to clear further. Conway looks to keep it in, he does so. He's met by Klimek, and Klimek wins the ball. He's passing John up against Christofilos. Crosses, but Christofilos cuts that one out. And that allows Welsh, Balamba and Conway to play. Balamba and Conway to play wide for Birkalla, and Welsh will play through the middle. Croydon will line up, as I said before. Vivian will partner Mapor in the middle, at the back. Klimek and Polly right and left sides. Martinello partnering Greco again in the midfield. Klimek goes long looking for Hisamoto, but cleared by Birkalla, and Welsh a little bit further, but only as far as Vivian. Ball stays in, eventually finds its way to Welsh. Back in his regular number 22 this week at home. Does well to get it forward and wins a free kick. Hisamoto will play in the 10 role for Croydon, and that will allow Passy John on the right of the front three. Luca Trimboli to play through the middle, and Oscar Slattery on the far side on the left. Both teams playing in their traditional kits this evening. Birkalla in their yellow and black stripes, black shorts, yellow socks, kicking from right to left, and Croydon playing in their white shirt, red shorts and white socks, kicking from left to right. Here's Balamba. He's able to hook it around the corner, but only as far as the sideline for a throw-in. Keller coming into this game with some good form of late. They had a few draws to start with, a few losses, and they've managed to win the last two. Against Comets 1-0 last week, and against Mowbray the week before that 1-0. So not high scoring, but getting the 3 points on the board is key at this present stage of the season, which has got them off that dreaded bottom spot. Croydon early shot straight at Harpus, and he's happily take that one in the bread basket. He'll look to release. He does. Sorry, he's looking for Christofilos and finds him, but that's very high, and Christofilos does very well to win that and get the throw. West Ham sitting currently in 11th place. Croydon sitting up in 7th at the moment. Trimboli. John, he looks for Trimboli in behind, but Harpus is going to get there first. Here's Yates, back to Harpus. Have to get the ball moving again. Looking for Matsumoto in behind, but he's never going to win that one. The biggest of scorers this season. Currently 9th best attack in the league with 15 goals. Infield pass, Hisamoto brings that down to find some space. He's able to go wide to Slattery. He's inside the box. He hits it and blocked by Matsumoto. Good play there from Croydon to find the open man. Conway, leading goal scorer for Birkalla with 6. The rest of their goal scorers all with 1 apiece, and they've got 1, 2, 8 of those. So certainly sharing the goal scoring. They really could do with getting a couple of those boys a few more goals. Currently 3rd worst defence in the league with 21 goals against. Certainly do with some tightening up at the back. A little bit loose, cross, and Polly has to just clear that one, but only as far as Conway. He's able to pick it up. Well tracked there from Mark Nello to force him backwards. Here's Mapor coming through and wins that one, but only as far as Matsumoto. He gives it away, and here's Slattery. He goes inside to Polly, who does very well to get that in front of him, as it was behind him. But Jurjevic is there to clean that one up. Croydon thrown on the far side. Ball moving through Thomas Greco. Goes inside looking for Hisimoto. Can't bring that under control. Cut out by Jurjevic and cleared under pressure. Croydon will pick this up and look to recycle. Here's Margush, who had an absolute blinder of the game last week against Metro Stars in Croydon's 1-0 loss. He certainly would have felt that they should have come away from that game with something. He's made an absolute cracking save in the first 2 minutes of the game. Harpus wide to Jurjevic. He goes line, looking for Matsumoto and finds him. Picked up by Croydon, and here's Polly. He looks inside for Pascal John, and Harpus is out high and clears. It's a little bit underneath that, and Janto wins the header, so then Welsh does as well and finds Claston Thomas. He's able to release Christophilos on this near side. Goes inside to Andy Janto, who gets a little flick for Conway. Conway loses it for a second, but he regains himself and finds the ball. Here's Christophilos, who looks to cross and does, looking for Welsh. Welsh gets the head there, but can't direct that goal bound, and then Klimek, cool as you like, nods that back to Margush. And Croydon will look to start again. He finds Trumbola, he can't get past Conway. Yates comes away but finds Andy Janto. Andy Janto looks for Conway, but he's not that fast and goes all the way through to Margush, and he releases Klimek on this near side. Croydon happy to go all the way back to Margush. Here's Mapor. Cut out by Belamba. Belamba finds Claston Thomas in some space. He is able to shoot. Doesn't quite hit that, but I think he was looking for Tyrese Conway in behind, but it was cut out by Vivian. And Croydon eventually come away with it, and Vivian goes line looking for Trimboli. And McCorney wins that first and knocks that out for a throw in. This is the only game in the RAA NPLSA this evening here at Jack Smith Park. There is a game in the HPG Home State League 2, and that is the Hills Derby. Now Barker versus Adelaide Hills Hawks. And the last time I heard, that was 1-0 to the Hawks, thanks to One World LED and Sportal Scoreboard for all your indoor and outdoor LED solutions. Here's Welsh, finds Conway. Conway wide to Belambo. Finds Yates inside. Gets the ball moving. Here's Andy Janto. He looks to switch it and does. He finds Christophilos. He's got some space. He looks for Welsh in behind, but overhits that and goes over the byline for a goal kick. Here's Vivian. Finds Trimboli, who brings that under control really well, and finds Hisimoto, who's able to switch, looking for Slattery. But Matsumoto gets there first. Polly wins the second ball when he's far in advance, and here he is now looking to cross, and does so, looking for Pasio John, and he's unable to guide his header goal bound, and then cleared by Jurjevic, and he felt that challenge there from Christophilos. Polly on the far side with the throw, finds Slattery. Gives away the free kick for a high boot. This will get us underway. Ticking for the 15th minute. Harpers will go long. Looking for Welsh up against McCaw, and McCaw wins that one. Second ball eventually falls down for Yates. He gets it moving to Matsumoto, who looks to take on Slattery and loses out. Croydon come away with it, but Yates is there, comes through hard and strong and wins the ball back, but Croydon win it back again. A little bit scrappy at the moment. Neither team able to put their foot on the ball and get it moving. Jurjevic wins that header. The ball eventually goes out for the throw-in on the far side. Neither team able to assert themselves at the moment in this game. Here's Conway, return and find Yates. Yates then looks for Christophilos. And again, just overhitting everything at the moment, and that speeds through away from Christophilos and out for a throw-in. And Plymouth will come across and look to take this one. Goes long looking for passage on. He wins the flick and the second ball. And only can get it as far as the corner, who try and see this one out over line for a throw in. And the assistant referee there decides that that's a Croydon ball. Here's McCaw. Gives that one away and it falls to Jurjevic, and he finds Anijanto. Just put their foot on it for a minute. There's the free kick, clean ball there from John. Takes us underway again. Yates spreads the play to Matsumoto. Goes inside, Klassen Thomas looks for Balambra behind and finds him. Holly gets back and holds him up. Goes all the way back to Matsumoto. Sorry, to Klassen Thomas, who then goes to Matsumoto, who in the end, Yates captures the Falcon from a loose ball. Here's Croydon. Hisamoto comes away with the ball. He finds Slattery. He's able to get down the line to Trimboli, who looks for Hisamoto but can't hook it enough to find his run. It trickles all the way through to Harpers in goal for Birkalla. Stopping play from the referee, John Jordan. He is sending Jordan Tripodi. He's sending Yates to this side. I believe it's probably for a blood rule after the Falcon that captured him. Get a drop ball and get the ball game back underway. Last time these two teams met in the league was back in 2022. Round 17 here at Jack Smith Park, and Croydon come away with a 1-0 win in that game, thanks to a goal from Fro Neon Kuru, who now plies his trade at FK Beergrove, who are currently sitting second in the league, and Neon Kuru scored in last week's game. Birkalla did get relegated that season. round 6 of that season. They played another game here because that was the year Croydon were getting their pitch done. Their complex at Regency done, so they played that year. They played here at Jack Smith Park as their home games. In round 6, Croydon were the home team, and they drew 0-0. Ball Vivian. Carry in does. He finds Clinic high and wide. He can't get it under control. Pass is just a little bit loose at the moment from both teams. Yanks is allowed back on the pitch. Phillips goes long looking for Welsh. Croydon in the second ball, but Miller gives that one away. It's all a little rushed at the moment. Croydon send their subs out for their first run of the night. Welsh comes out under control under heavy pressure from Greco. Phillips goes long, but only finds Vivian for Croydon, and in turn he looks to find Mapore, and Croydon will keep it and go all the way back to Margouche. He goes long, but cut out by Argento, and that's given away as well. It's up for a goal kick. And if you love the game, why not study it? Flinders University now offers degrees in sport, teaching, psychology, social work and more at its new city campus. Apply now for mid-year entry. Here's Polly up against Yates, goes inside to Greco, who gives it away to Clayton Thomas. Great touch inside to Balamba, but Mapore's there and he clears. And very well done, finds passage John, but he can't bring that under control. And Burks reclaim possession. Harpers goes long, looking for Balamba in behind. Polly wins that header. Clayton Thomas picks up the second ball. 1-2 with Matsumoto, and they're able to get the ball moving again. Here's Lacornu. And Argento and Lacornu. He looks to play Conway in behind, but Margouche is going to get there and does so. And that was very close to being outside the box, and the referee happy to play on there. So Jordan Tripodi there, happy that that was in the box when he took possession of that one. Margouche weighs up his options and goes to Vivian. He goes long looking for Trimboli. He brings it down, finds Clinic. In turn finds Hisamoto, luckily, but he felt that challenge. Here's Slattery, he looks to cross and does, and it beats everyone and goes all the way across for a throw on the far side. And Klimic's certainly feeling the brunt of that challenge. As I've noticed during this half, Clayton Thomas and Welsh, he's changing in that 9 and 10 role. Wait to see the outcome of that challenge with Klimek, if he's able to continue as with beautiful night here at Jack Smith Park. Clear night, a little bit cold, down to about 13 degrees. Great weather for football, not for maybe watching here, but still a great crowd out for this evening's game, as Croydon do call one of their subs back, so we'll just have to keep an eye on this one. They're asking Junior David to come back from his warm-up, so I don't think Clemic's going to be able to continue, so it'll be an early shower for him tonight if he can't continue, but they're going to just wait and see what happens. Clemic is made of tough stuff, so I'd expect to see him back out there just to see how it goes. Finds Conway. Trying to get Klimek back on the park, and Greco gets the ball. They call Klimek back on. So keep an eye on Klimek and see how he goes over the next few minutes, as will the coaching staff. All the way back to Margouche. He's closed down by Welsh. He goes long with the left, looking for Slattery, and Polly wins the first header. Matsumoto clears. Flip done by Clayton Thomas. Here's Greco, able to bring that under control and does so very well. Gets the ball to Slattery. Slattery finds Hisamoto with some space. He looks for John in behind, but cut out by Lecornu. He finds Balamba now in some space, and he's able to run. He goes inside and plays it in behind Welsh, and great challenge there from Yates and Greco. Second ball eventually falls to Conway, and he comes away with it, but gets away with the handball there. And Burks keep it. Inside to Yates. He finds Welsh, and Welsh in turn goes to Matsumoto. George Tripodi, our referee, is also assisted by his two assistant referees in Nick Elegant and Ethan McCormick tonight. We tick over 25 minutes played. 1-2 between Martinello and Hisamoto, and Martinello now finds Slattery on the far side with Polly overlapping. He finds him, he looks to cross and does. Cut out by Jurjevic, and as far as Hisamoto hits it and goes all the way through, and it's gone in. There's talk that the striker touched it off the hit from Miss Hisamoto, but the referee said that's gone through and it's in. 1-0 to Croydon after 25 minutes. Harper's got a hand on it, but unable to keep that out. And Croydon have taken a 1-0 lead thanks to One World LED Sport Award scoreboard for all your indoor and outdoor LED solutions. And Burke's not happy about that. They believe that took a touch off someone else there, one of the Croydon strikers. I'd have to watch that back later. But at the moment, that goal for me went to Hisamoto with a beautiful left foot hit that caught everyone out. Here's Trimboli, and we'll guide that to John. And she goes out again for a Burke's throw-in. Christophilos will take this. Goes all the way back to Lecornu. And in turn will go inside to either Harpus or Jurjevic, and he finds Harpus. He finds Yates. Yates with some space. He finds Clayton Thomas, who finds Welsh. That's a handball. This one gets pulled. This one gets found. Try and get the ball moving quickly. Here's Hisamoto. Goes wide to Pascal John, 1v1 against Christophilos. Looks to take him on and does so, goes line. Cuts back onto his left. He finds Hisamoto again at the top of the box. Can't get through the wall that is Birkalla there, and Conway finds Clayton Thomas. He looks to get away from Vivian and does so. Does very well. Here's Balamba. Cut out by Hisamoto, but falls kindly for Welsh. He finds Christophilos. Here's Welsh again. Looks for Conway in behind, but cut out by Klimek, who seems to have recovered from that earlier knock. Here's Andy Janto. Yates. Finds Balamba. Balamba with some space, and he hits it first time, and straight through to Margouche. Margouche gets us moving again quickly through Slattery. Balamba able to find some space there through the middle, and so his first touch was good, put him onto his left, and his shot lacked the venom needed to beat Margouche from that distance. Here's John, finds Martinello, who hits it, but blocked by Lecornu. Here's Greco, finds Pascal John. Does well to keep it. He finds Polly, who happily plays back to Mapor. John wins the header and Harpus claims it. Here's Conway in behind Klimek, but Klimek gets back and then wins the free kick. Conway unable to get past Luke Klimek there. And just check the replay and it does look like the ball hit the striker. I think that might have been Trimboli in the end. But Yohei Matsumoto was keeping them on side. Margush goes long looking for Slattery. Cut out by Jurjevic and the assistant referee flags for offside. Yates tries to gain about 10 yards and the ref's onto that one quickly. Gets the ball moving. Now we get the game going again. Here we go. Yates. Croydon cut out all his passing lanes there. Here's Klassen Thomas. Over to play Balamba, who's unable to control it. Gives it away to Mapor. He in fine turns Hisamoto. Slattery. Greco. Good challenge there between them two and Yates. Eventually, Hisamoto gives away the free kick to Matsumoto. Scoreboard for your indoor and outdoor LED solutions. Croydon with a 1-0 lead so far as we played half an hour of this game. We don't have any further updates from Adelaide Hills as of this stage in the HBG Home State League 2 South. Here's Anjanto. He finds Klassen Thomas. But again, Burke's having to play backwards as Croydon sit into their block and deny space for Burks to turn. As the point goes right back to Harpus. Here's Jurjevic. Inside to Yates. Lacornu goes wide for passage. John cuts that out. And it falls to Trimboli, who hits it first time. And he's won the free kick just outside the box. Jurjevic will go into the book as well. And Trimboli certainly feeling the brunt of that challenge. And I will confirm the card once I see it. It certainly looks like he's going to be... Jurjevic looks like he's going to be carded. Trimboli certainly feeling the brunt of that challenge. I didn't see a card brandished, but he did make a note. Maybe it'll come out now. And this allows Hisamoto to be over the ball in a very dangerous position. Hisamoto leading goal scorer for Croydon with 5 goals to his name with 2 free kicks. Was unable to score last week, but the 2 weeks prior to that he scored. Both his goals were free kicks, so very dangerous from set pieces. So he lines up alongside Trimboli. Hisamoto on the right, Trimboli on the left. Joe Jordan just telling the wall where to stand. And it's on the whistle. Looks like Hisamoto. Trimboli hits it, goes low, but blocked by the wall. And Polly's able to pick it up on the far side, and he happy to see that one out to go for the throw-in. Here's Slattery. He goes all the way back to Bolmapur. All the way back to Margush. He goes wide, looking for Klimek. In turn, it goes to Passage on, but it does go out for the throw-in. Right, free kick, apologies, and Christophilos gets the ball rolling again, and Trimboli will probably feel a little disappointed with that effort. Tried to go low, but the wall did its job. Here's Klassen Thomas, finds Anajanto. He's able to turn passage on and finds Welsh. He gets it wide to Balamba, but loses out eventually, and Martinello comes away with it. Here's Greco. Polly goes long looking for Trimboli, but that's over his head. Goes through to the corner. Spin takes that one away from Greco, but he does well to get his body in the way and wins the free kick from Yates. Here's Vivian, he'll go all the way back to Margush. So all of a sudden it feels like the temperature has just dropped here at Jack Smith Park. Clinic goes inside to find Greco, who brings that under a spell very well. Finds Hismoto on some space. He's able to go wide and does, and finds Slattery on the far side. Up against, looks for Polly and behind him, finds him. He's up against Jurjevic. Goes all the way back to looked like Martinello, but cut out by Welsh. Here's Balamba. He can't get it under control. Here's Greco, bursts into the box. And he's brought down by Balamba, and Joe George given the penalty. Croydon look to make it 2 in relatively short space of time here. As they awarded the penalty, Balamba tracks back, but brings down, I think that was Greco, who went over in the box. Croydon have now the opportunity to make this game a lot harder for Birkalla and make it 2-0. As we approach 10 minutes left of this first half. As it looks like Hismoto will take this one. There's a little bit of a discussion between Hismoto and Martinello, maybe just protecting Hismoto. Hismoto against Welsh. Sorry, not Welsh, up against Harpus. Hismoto hits it and sends Harpus the wrong way and makes it 2-0 for Croydon here at Jack Smith Park as we're in the 37th minute. Burks have got a lot of work to do now to get this one back in their favour. They will look for the goal to close the gap just before half time. That penalty didn't come out of much really, just a good run there from Greco bursting into the box, and Balamba unable to stay with him and brings him down. Here's Christophilos for Burks. They'll look to get themselves back into this game pretty quickly, and Passage John tracks back and gives away the free kick. And this is a dangerous position for Croydon, especially with the tall timber of Birkalla coming forward. They've got Klassen Thomas tall, Welsh tall, Jurjevic has come forward, Lecornu's come forward. It looks like Christophilos will swing this one in away from Margush. Burks will really want to take this opportunity to close that gap. Christophilos swings this one in, does so, goes near post, flicked by Andy Gento. It's all over the place in that box. Angiano has a shot block, and eventually Klassen Thomas hooks that one in. And Burks close the gap straight after conceding their second. They're able to get one back through Klassen Thomas. A bit of a pinball round in that box, and it fell kindly to Klassen Thomas, who hooks that with his left foot into the far post, and Margush having no chance to save that one, as Burks again reduced that deficit to 2-1 thanks to One World LED Sportal for all your scoreboard and all your LED indoor and outdoor solutions. So great work there from Burks, able to half that deficit as Croydon get us underway again as we approach the 40th minute mark. Paul turns away from Klassen Thomas, the goal scorer. life in the last 10 or so minutes with 3 goals. 2 to Croydon and 1 to Birkalla, if you've just tuned in. Claston Thomas cuts that one out, but he can't keep it in on the far side. There's certainly a buzz about Birkalla now with that goal. Just raise that intensity levels just a bit. Put Croydon under a little bit more pressure. Croydon now having to weather the storm just before half-time. Here's Yates. Finds Welsh. Welsh finds Conway. He's able to get inside onto his left and hits it straight at Margouche. And he happily claims that one. And he slows it down. Burke certainly with their tails up at the moment. Taking their time and build up. Here's Martinelli, goes back to Mapore. He's able to get it wide to Polly and some space on the far side. He looks to switch, finding Passy John, but cut out by Lecornu. Here's Greco, picks up the second ball. He gets past one, goes inside to Trimboli, who plays a rebound to Hisimoto. It's a little bit of a loose pass and forces Clement back, and here's Vivian. Claston Thomas does well to win that back, but Vivian wins the tackle and puts that out for a throw-in. Certainly a buzz about Birkalla now with that goal. Certainly believe there's another goal before half-time for them. Here's Hisimoto on some space. He switches to Slattery on the far side. He looks to beat Conway and does. Goes inside to Greco. He finds Hisimoto. Slattery. Eventually won by Burks, and Conway comes away with it and finds a free kick there for handball. And should allow Croydon to slow things down and set something up. Doesn't look like they're sending the tall timber up. They're just going to get the ball moving again. They have to wait for the whistle. The ref did say, wait for the whistle while he gets the wall set. Polly's over this one, and Bolmaport does make his way forward. Polly steps away, and Hisimoto with the right foot to swing this one in. Does so. Tries to go all the way through, but Jurjevic cuts that one out, and it's eventually cleared by Burks, only as far as Polly. He's happy to go back to Vivian. He goes long, looking for Passy John in behind, and Harpus gets there first. Does very well. He releases Christophilos down this near side. Burks certainly feel that there's another goal in this before half-time, and Claston Thomas unable to guide that one to Balamba, who has switched sides with Conway. Just to try something a little bit different. Whichever winger sits on his left-hand side in his first half for Burks is going to have to go up against Mr. Croydon. Tyrese Conway gives that one away, and in a better position for them to make Croydon pay for that loose pass. Eventually Margouche clears long, goes out for a throw on the far side. This game's certainly come to life since that first goal. And 10 minutes later was the second goal for Croydon. Hisimoto with the first effort, but I believe took a touch off Trimboli. Harpus unable to keep it out. Second goal was a penalty taken by Hisimoto, sending Harpus the wrong way. And then straight after that, within a minute or two of that second goal, Birkalla able to get one back through Claston Thomas, who finished in a crowded Croydon box. After ball played a little bit of pinball, Croydon unable to clear. Here's Yates. He goes long, looking for Conway, but Clement cuts that one out. Goes inside, and Welsh gets there. But Vivian cuts that one out, and it falls to Mapore. Greco comes away with it, and he looks and finds Trimboli. He's able to turn on it, but gives that away to Matsumoto. Burks come away with it. Here's Welsh. Beautiful play there to get through the midfield. Here's Claston Thomas, brought down by Bolmapore. And he's going to go into the book, and does so. dangerous position now as we approach 45 minutes plus time added. Burks with a free kick 35 yards away from goal. A little bit more central than the one they scored from. Looks like Yates and Christopherlos over the ball. One right footer, one left footer. Put this into a dangerous position like last time. And they do. Yates swings at him, going far post and cut out there by Klimek as Lecornu was searching for that ball in behind him. And a great touch there from Klimek to send that out for a corner. Beautiful ball in there from Yates. And Croydon really under the pump this last few minutes just before half time since that goal went in. Burks tails up. I certainly feel like there is another goal in this one before half time. Matsumoto goes across to take this one. Apologies for the language if you heard that. Just telling Belamba to get back into the middle of the park as Anderjanto takes a tumble in the box. Ref having a chat with Margouche here. I will say that Anderjanto certainly wanted to put himself about and just annoy the defender and the goalkeeper here as he does so. Matsumoto gets ready to take this one. Right-footed in swinger. Goes far post. Looking for the tall timber. Welsh wins the first one. Cleared there, but not very far. Conway hits it. Blocked by Bolmapore and then further cleared by Passia John. Croydon able to deal with that one. But Birkalla certainly looking dangerous from these last few set pieces. And you're able to send the tall timbers of Klassen Thomas Welsh, Jurjevic and Lecornu. Certainly makes life hard for the defending team. Matsumoto goes long looking for Welsh, finds him. He can't bring that under control and Greco comes away with it. He in turn finds Hisimoto with some space. He comes wide to Passi John. He's up against Christopherlos, but Burks worked hard to get back and cut that out. Jurjevic clears only as far as Greco. Greco finds Hisimoto, gets it back. Here's Passi John. As Yates runs into him, Greco's still down. Passi John hits that on his left and Harpers happily sees that one wide. As Martinello has a bit of a chat with Yates. As Croydon weren't happy with that. As we go into our third minute of time added. If you've just joined us, thank you for tuning in. Here for this round 11 RAA NPLSA clash between Birkalla and Croydon as Joe Jordan brings the first half to an end. Croydon with a 2-1 lead thanks to 2 goals. 28th minute and 38th minute, one through Hisimoto via a penalty. The other one I think was a Trimboli touch from a Hisimoto shot that eventually went in. And a goal for Birkalla through Klassen Thomas to get it to 2-1. We're going to take a short break. Join us on the other side of this half-time break for the second half. The RAA NPLSA.
over 25 years, HPG Homes have been helping South Australians build and own their dream home. Whether it's a house and land package, custom build or development, our HPG fixed price guarantee ensures no nasty surprises or price changes along the way. We're committed to quality, affordability and creating a way of life for you and your family. Fixed price, turnkey. It's gotta be HPG. HPG Homes.
Hi, Stephen Curry here. Way too many Australians are seriously injured or die on our roads, and everyone has a right to get home safe every day, no exceptions. Let's champion road safety for all our sakes. Remove distractions, keep your phone out of sight, don't speed, drive tired or under the influence, and talk with friends and family about staying safe on the road. For more info, visit the website, take the pledge and wear a yellow ribbon on yourself or your car to show your support. Let's all stay safe out there.
We all play the same game. The battlefield may look different, but between those painted lines, the feeling each of us get alongside our tribe. Let the moment sink in, then let it rip. The runs out wide, last-ditch efforts and clean sheets. The tap-in or rocket to the top bins. The eruption of the 12th player that sends shivers down your spine. It's in the way we celebrate, because football is everyone's game. Play football.
Shot from the edge of the corner of the 18-yard box and Luke McGarry unable to pick that out, and that's gone in at the far post. And he's done so, and he's made it 2-0. Contender for goal of the week. He knows Luke Magetto off his line, and he's chipped him from about 25 yards out and taken a 2-0 lead.
Hi, Stephen Curry here. Way too many Australians are seriously injured or die on our roads, and everyone has a right to get home safe every day, no exceptions. Let's champion road safety for all our sakes. Remove distractions, keep your phone out of sight, don't speed, drive tired or under the influence, and talk with friends and family about staying safe on the road. For more info, visit the website, take the pledge and wear a yellow ribbon on yourself or your car to show your support. Let's all stay safe out there.
What I'm excited about, the most, how we can come together, learn about everybody, because we're not the same, but we're somehow the same.
The community came to government to express their concerns about young people. It is our role to listen and it's our role to act.
There's so many kids wanting to play the game from all walks of life.
African Youth Program was established to help Africans with sport, cultural identity, mentorship.
Having a program that's going to target the African children, given it's their sport of choice, presents a huge opportunity to link participation in football with education, which is a perfect mix.
I think the African Youth Program will be a very inclusive program with different teams, different schools coming to play with us.
It's like a very big opportunity to expand skills, knowledge, and in different areas of life.
Most of the kids will grow from this program to be able to become valuable, positive contributors in our society.
Like a voice to be spoken with and not being scared to show your skills.
This empowerment program has many different aspects to it, and of course sport is one of those, but it's actually really about finding your place in the world.
I think everybody's pushing in the one direction to make sure that we can make a real difference.
It's not just a game, it's a very passionate sport that millions of people around the world love to play. That's what football is.
Ryan with the free kick. Hangs off Cameron Woodfins. Oh, what a save. What a save by Cody Ostreich.
Lining up. He's sent into the area. And it's great save there from Woodlands. And we'll give another corner in the end, but
have all 3 points tonight. Although, still possible opportunities. Jai King-Byrne with the header. And Vaughan, I think, had to make that save.
Hit it and does. And it forces a great save from Magetto there and pushes it wide for a corner.
Whether it's a house and land package, custom build or development, our HPG fixed price guarantee ensures no nasty surprises or price changes along the way. Fixed price turnkey. It's gotta be HPG.
Has a little bit of space, takes it down nicely and plays a nice through ball to Millie Scott. Scott on the run now has a shot and she's beaten her opponent to the far post and opened the scoring for Metro United. Fine goal by Millie Scott and it's 1-0 on the One World LED Sportal scoreboard. Rushes aside, great. Comes out to Hadaj. She finds Mansueto at the far side, she's onside. Nice touch by Mansueto to pass her opponent, she struck that beautifully. And Metro United have got themselves back ahead. After some fine work on the far side of Victoria Mansueto. It's 2-1.
Back to Noto again, just putting a ball into the centre. Could this make it number 5? Good save from Lucas.
That ball clipped over from Rojas. The flag has stayed down. Rojas to restore Flinders' lead. Saved. The edge of the penalty area, you would imagine. And the ball might break here. Box! Oh, great save, Jenner. It might still fall for Box.
On the back of the announcement of the celebration of football, NPLSA will be investing $50,000 into a coach education fund. $35,000 will be invested into community coach education, which will see 19 courses at club venues and over 500 community coaches. Working closely with clubs to develop and upskill coaches will strengthen the grassroots community, which will obviously benefit the football community as a whole.
It can only be beneficial because most of the clubs, most of the coaches start off just as parents coaching their kids' teams, and they're learning on the job as much as the kids. So this would be perfect because not only would the kids be getting coached, the coaches will be getting coached.
As a club, we struggle to attract good coaches, and having this sort of funding coming our way will actually allow us to sort of offer more boys and girls out there to actually coach at the club. Everything comes at a cost these days, and this award presented to our club here again will allow our average parents, supporters, players to the opportunity to come out and actually to take on coaching and to be part of it. They've got a passion about this sport and a passion about this club. They'll be able to come here now, get trained up and actually take on the team and just move forward with us here.
The remaining $15,000 will be invested into a joint initiative with NPLSA, Adelaide United and PSV, where selected coaches and technical directors from South Australia will be given a professional development opportunity to go to PSV in October 2025.
Once you get the bug for the coaching, you love it, and you love seeing the kids improve, especially the connection to your club. You want to see the kids come through at your club, and it's just a win-win for everyone.
Good evening and welcome back to Jack Smith Park for the second half of the RA NPLSA Round 11 clash between Birkalla and Croydon. As we see Birkalla already on the pitch, we're just waiting now for Croydon to make their way out, and as they do, I can update you thanks to One World LED Sportal. Your Sportal scoreboard is in the HPG Home State League 2 South. The result between Adelaide Hills and Birkalla has finished in a 2-2 draw. There appears to be no changes to either side for this second half. As Joe Jordan looks to get us underway. Birkalla's turn to take the kick. Klassen Thomas will get us underway with the first touch. As I said, there appears to be no changes from either side as here we go for second half. As Birkalla go all the way back to Harpers. Here's Jurjevic. Lacornu. Eventually the ball makes its way to Matsumoto. He goes back to Jurjevic. Harpers goes long, looking for Welsh and finds him. Welsh is able to get past Martinello and goes wide to Christophilos on the far side. He looks for Conway. Almost finds him as Mapor then has to clear, and Birkalla win the first corner of the second half. Allows Birkalla to send forward Jurjevic and Lacornu, joining Welsh and Klassen Thomas in the box, as they certainly finished the first half in a better position, or should I say in a very good mood with that late goal that brought the score back to 2-1. They did feel that they could score again, but it wasn't to be. Currently down 2-1. Here's Matsumoto with the in-swinger. He goes far post, looking for the tall timber, and Mapor clears, but not very far, and then Martinello is able to clear that further. Here's Hisamoto. He's met by Yates, and Yates never one to shirk a challenge, goes straight through. Knocks that ball out for a throw-in. Polly with the throw. Goes long. Cut out by Conway. Here's Yates. He finds Conway. Conway goes line to Welsh. Welsh will keep this in just and does so. And crosses first time, and Mapaw's there to clear. Greco further and finds Martinello, who in turn comes wide to Polly. Polly goes looking for Trimboli. He finds Slattery. Beautiful play there from Croydon. Here's Trimboli. He gives it away to Matsumoto. Here's Matsumoto for Birkalla. Looks for Conway in behind, but Polly's there to cut it out alongside Mapaw, but they give it away to Welsh. Welsh is able to get the line and win. Nope. Looks for the corner, but doesn't go out, and Croydon eventually come away with it and clears through Polly. Finds Trimboli, who tries to flick it around the corner and does so very well and wins it, and looks to release Passia John on the far side. He's up against Jurjevic. Finds Trimboli. Trimboli onto his left. Hits it. And hits it wide. Harper's never worried by that one, but very well played there from Croydon to get from their byline into an attacking position. The game has pretty much picked up from where it finished off in that first half. The team attacking to your left with the first real chance of this second half. Here's Balamba. Loses out to Greco. Greco looks for Trimboli, but cleared by Lecornu. Here's Klassen Thomas. Yates. Goes wide to Balamba. Had to check to keep it though. Klassen Thomas happy to go all the way back, and Birkalla will rebuild through Lecornu. Balamba looks to get Christophilos down the line. Again, happy to go backwards, and they'll go to Klassen Thomas into Yates, who's collected by Greco but played on. Nope, no advantage, so he pulls it back. That was a little bit of a payback for the first half clash between those two. Here's Jurjevic. Wide to Matsumoto. He cuts inside, beats Greco, but then fouled. No, played on. Here's Conway. Welsh. Matsumoto down the line. He will look to cross. He does, but cut out by Polly, and it's out for another corner to Birkalla. This half starting off very well with both teams able to attack. Croydon with the first shot of this half. It did go wide. Birkalla with the first two corners. As Christophilos has come across to take this one, he'll look to in-swing this one. He'll look for the tall timber of Welsh and Klassen Thomas. Likely to go central, goes far post. Klassen Thomas is there with a head, and it's just gone over the bar. Klassen Thomas rising the highest there, wins his head, but he's unable to direct that one below the bar, as Margush happily sees that one, or relieved to see that one go over the bar. And Croydon will get us underway again with a goal kick. Got a great opportunity there for Berks to draw level, and Klassen Thomas, the scorer of the first goal for Birkalla, unable to direct that one. Here's Hisamoto for Croydon. He's able to get into some space, and he crosses looking for Trimboli, and it's all gone all the way through, and Harpus goes for the touch and doesn't get a touch, and it goes all the way through for a goal kick, but very dangerous ball there from Hisamoto across the face of goal, and neither Croydon player is able to get on the end of that one. But the second half certainly started open, which is great for the viewers. Hope you're enjoying the coverage of the RAA NPLSA on FSSA Leagues. As Croydon win the throw, finds Greco. Goes out for another throw in. This is a standalone fixture in the RAA NPLSA tonight. The only other fixture tonight was in HPG home State League 2 South, with Adelaide Hills and Mount Barker playing in the Hills Derby, which finished 2-2. With a very late equaliser to Adelaide Hills. Barker did take the lead, 2-1, but unable to hold on to it. Vivian happy just to put his boot through that, and it goes out for a throw-in. Here's Anajanto, finds Conway. Gets away with that. Here's Classon Thomas. Loses out to Greco, but Greco gets the push in the back and tries to bring it forward about 5 yards, but Ang gets away with it. He does well to get that one further forward. Here's Vivian, who played at right back last week. It was his first minutes for a while. He'd been on the bench for 4 previous weeks. Here's Conway to be released, but mistimed his run. And Vivian made our One Game at a Time podcast team of the week at right back, and this week he's alongside Bulmer Paul with Brazzali out. Another change, Martinello coming into the side along with Luca Trimboli, with Andre Carl missing this week through injury. Here's Hisimoto, able to bring that under control. Does very well to keep the Birkalla defender at bay. Here's Klimek, back to Hisimoto. Doesn't have any passing lanes forward, so he goes all the way back to Vivian, who brings it across to Bulmer Paul with a loose touch. He's met by Classon Thomas and does find Polly in the end. Here's Polly, looks lined, looking for Slattery, but cut out by Matsumoto, and eventually goes out for a throw-in. Polly goes long looking for Slattery, but Matsumoto cuts that one out and wins the free kick.
If I was referee, I would have given it to you. And a 50-metre penalty.
As I mentioned earlier, the last time these two met was in the top league was 2022. Prior to that was 2018. Harpus goes long. That's won by Vivian, but it's gone the wrong way. Klimek wins the second one. Here's Conway, finds Welsh. Welsh goes wide to Belamba. Belamba's on the far side, up against Klimek. Runs into a dead end. He gets the ball to Welsh. Welsh with some space in the box, but he's crowded out. He jinks his way through, but eventually the ball's cleared by Klimek. And he's unable to get his shot away, but great work there from Birkalla. As I said, the last time was 2022. The time prior to that in the top league was 2018. And funny enough, Birkalla were relegated that year as well. Belamba crosses, but cut out by Bulmer Paul. Foot race between Conway and Slattery, but Conway wins that one. Here's Matsumoto. Cleared by Martinello. Only as far as Conway. He's greeted by 2. He's up against Polly. He crosses and cut out by Martinello, but only as far as a corner. And in 2018 that year, round 15, the game was played at Polonia Reserve. The old Polonia Reserve, no longer there after they moved to the new place at Regency, and that game finished in a 4-4 draw. With Visconti, Caraccia and Mercurio scoring that day. I don't know who the fourth goal was. It didn't have in the stats, unfortunately, as this ball looks to be an in-swinger. Christophilos goes near post, cut out by Klimek. Yates gets there first. Happy to see that one go out for a throw-in. And for Birkalla that day, Suzuki scored 2. Balassi and Maricic, now playing his trade at Campbelltown, scored. And in round 4 of that day was played at Adelaide Shores, which means that Berks were ground sharing that year. While this pitch here at Jack Smith Park would have been redone. And Berks with the 1-0 win that day with the Will Plush goal. Here's Matsumoto. We've already played 10 minutes of this second half. It's gone by quick. Croydon win that defensively, and Slattery looks to hook it forward and does so, looking for Trimboli. He's up against Jujevic and does very well with a great touch there to release Hisimoto. He breaks forward. He's met with Yates. He's can't break away, and he gives it away to Belamba. Belamba then gives it away to Croydon and Martinello, and they're able to play some triangle passes, and eventually Martinello comes away with it, and he finds Slattery on this near side. Polly overlaps and he underlaps and he finds him. Here's Polly with the cross, but cut out by Conway. Great play there from Croydon, and some great tracking there from Conway to prevent that from getting across the box. But Croydon able to play some beautiful, short, sharp passing through the middle to release Oscar Slater on this side, who the ever-willing runner, and Polly went past him and got the cross in, but Conway with a beautiful defensive run, able to cut it out. Looks like Hisamoto on this near side will put an in-swinger. Goes near post, flicked on by Trimbolia, goes all the way through, and it's picked up by Martinello on the far side. No, cleared by Klassen Thomas in the end. Trimbolia with some great touches in his hold-up play, putting off the likes of Lecornu and Jurjevic. Ball goes line. Passia John wins a flick inside, but only as far as Yates. Yates puts that one high. And eventually it goes out off Klimek, and for a throw into Birkalla. Christophilos on that far side will take it, and does so. Goes inside to Klassen Thomas. Greco wins that one. Here's Hisamoto. Claims for a high boot and wins it, even though the Birkalla player did dip his head. Thought he might get away with that one, but doesn't. And Christophilos looks for the big switch and finds Conway on this near side. Matsumoto overlaps. Here he is with the ball now. Can't beat Polly, and the ball eventually goes out for a throw-in. Yates will take this one and finds Matsumoto. Here's Lecornu for Birkalla. Goes wide to Christophilos. He'll look for the big switch and does so, looking for Conway or Matsumoto, but cut out by Polly. Slattery looks to release Hisamoto inside, but that's just not a very good touch at all from Slattery, and Yates finds Matsumoto. Balmapur wins that header over the top of Welsh, but Matsumoto wins a second ball, but great tackle there from Martinello. Here's Vivian. He gives that away, and Matsumoto comes away with it. He finds Welsh. Welsh with a little bit of space. He's able to find Anajanto, who looks for Galamba, but that's behind him. And Burks win the ball back as we approach the hour mark in this RAA NPLSA game. Round 11 clash between Birkalla and Croydon here at Jack Smith Park. Currently 2-1 Croydon, thanks to One World LED and Sportal for all your indoor and outdoor LED solutions, as Harpus looks to release Matsumoto but overhits that one. If you love the game, why not study it? Flinders University now offers degrees in sport, teaching, psychology, social work and more at its new city campus. Apply now for mid-year entry. As the ball stays in, and eventually no advantage for Birkalla, so they win the free kick. With less now but 30 minutes, this game is Birkalla. Stavgalekis has gone to his bench. He's preparing two players to come on. So he'll make a double substitution very shortly. Here's Balamba. He goes inside, finds Klassen Thomas, who hits it with the left foot. Saved by Margush. And then cleared by Klimek, only as far as Christophilos. Klimek forces him wide. Actually, it was Vivian that did the last-ditch defending in the end. Here's Balamba. Finds some space. Can't get a shot away. Does eventually, but blocked by Mapur. Here's Anajanto, still in the box. Gets out onto his left. Crosses, but Klimek blocks that one. Birkalla putting Croydon under some pressure. Margush called into action there. Saves well. Now allows a very short breather as they get ready for this corner. One that Matsumoto will trundle all the way across to take. As Matsumoto looks to send this one in, and Right-footed in swinger, goes near post. Lacornu gets there, but Margouche gets there first with the double punch, or a double fist, and he released Hisamoto, who's got on his bike, and away he goes. He's met with Christophilos. What's he going to do? He looks to cut inside. He finds Slattery, who finds Polly, and Polly's unable to put that shot goal bound, and it goes high, wide, and handsome. Or not so handsome in this case. But what a counter-attacking play there from Croydon. Margouche with the all-important punch that released Hisamoto, as both teams are going to their bench, both making double substitutions. As Birkalla take off Anajanto for Dorigo. And Balamba makes way for Becker. And I'd say that'd be a like-for-like swap. Becker will come to this side and Conway will go to the left-hand side. Croydon also making a double substitution. Passia John making way for Good. And he'll go out and a straight replacement for Passia John on that far side. And the other substitution is Luca Trimbola, who's fought hard up top for Croydon. He makes way for number 9. In Bartkowski coming on with another like-for-like substitution. So both teams going to their bench just after the hour mark. Vivian gets there first and clears from Becker, who's hot on his heels. Here's Christophilos, goes back to Welsh. Welsh manages to get it back to Lacornu. Lacornu goes in behind and finds Conway. He's able to bring it down in some space. He finds Dorigo. But Klimik's there and he knocks it back to Margouche, who goes long. Wojtkowski wins the flick, but to any player there in Harpers. And Harpers happy to recycle that through Jurjevic. He comes wide to Matsumoto. He cuts inside to beat Slattery in. Slattery gives him a bit of a pull, but ref plays the advantage as the ball goes through Yates to Lacornu, now to Welsh, but that's short to Welsh, and Bartosi comes away with it, and ref says he got the ball. Welsh felt the pressure, felt the arm of that one, but Burke's come away with it. Here's Christophilos on the far side. He'll cross and does so, looking for Klassen Thomas, but it's cleared by Mapor only as far as Conway, but eventually Martinello happy to put his boot through that one. As Croydon thought that was a free kick, but Joe Jordan believed that Welsh got the ball. And Burks will come away with it here through Yates. He finds Christophilos. Yates. He's fouled by Greco. It certainly feels a lot cooler or colder now. Here's Bartovsky, wins the ball. He looks to shoot from distance and does so. It's not a very good attempt, unfortunately, for him, and it goes straight to Harpers, who takes it and releases Jurjevic. He goes long looking for Becker. He's unable to keep it in. Goes out for a throw, and Polly will take his time in getting there, and it looks like Birkalla will go to the bench again. And what a substitution this is they're going to be able to make here in bringing on former Adelaide United striker and George Blackwood for the goal scorer. Klassen Thomas, who's worked tirelessly up there and got his just rewards with that goal in the first half. It's again another like-for-like substitution for Birkalla. Blackwood going straight up into that number 9 role, as to be expected. Good night worth of work there for Klassen Thomas. That's cleared by Birkalla. Be a Croydon throw on this near side, just in front of us, which will be taken by Polly. goes looking for Bartkowski. Finds Bartkowski, and he gets into the box and can't bring that under control, and eventually goes out for a goal kick. Burks plays short. Here's Harpus. He goes to Jurjevic. He was under pressure by Bartkowski. He in turn goes and finds Blackwood, who's unable to turn Martinello. Martinello comes away with it and finds Slattery. He's up against Matsumoto. He looks to go line on his left and does, and gets a cross in and cleared by Jurjevic as far as Dorigo. Dorigo hooks it to Becker, but cut out by Polly. Here's Greco. All the way back to Bolmapur. And Croydon will go through Vivian. Here's Klimek. He looks to go line looking for Hisamoto, but it's overhit, and it'll go all the way through to Harpus in the goal for Birkalla. Harpus goes to Jurjevic. He under pressure from Bartkowski and Slattery, and Croydon come away with it. Here's Martinello. Greco goes back to Bolmapur. He'll go all the way back to Margush in goal. He goes looking for Good on the far side. He wins a flick, and here's Hisamoto in the right wing position. Come up against Lecornu, cuts inside onto his left, chips it to the far post, but Harpus is there to take that one and can't find Slattery, and he releases quickly for Becker to chase, and Becker gets on his bike and goes. Polly tracks him down and slide tackles that one out of play. A great challenge there from Polly up against his direct opponent, and same number as well. The two 15s now up against each other. Matsumoto will take this throw. He goes looking for Blackwood, cut out by Martinello, and out for a corner again to Birkalla. Birkalla able to again send the tall timber forward and see if they can make this one count. They've certainly had, I would say, the more corners than what Croydon have this game. Don't have the stats in front of me, but we'll keep an eye on that as Christophilos again comes all the way across to take this one with his left foot in swinger. Goes far post, and Margush can't get there, and that's knocked up and over the bar and out for another corner. I think that was Polly in the end, able to get his head to that, and it sailed over the bar, over his own bar. Margush unable to get anywhere near that one. Christophilos will take this one as we approach 70, played 69, we're in the 70th minute here. Looks like Dorigo has taken the role of antagoniser in front of Margush, with Anigento leaving the pitch. And Joe Jordan just having a chat with him there. Goes far post again. Margush gets there and takes it beautifully with both hands. Up against Blackwood. And he releases Klimek quickly on that far side, and he's able to get away. He looks to find Good, but Harpus is out early and clears. All the way back to Vivian, who knocks it back in, and Yates ends up winning second ball and plays back so Birkalla can keep the ball. Again, Croydon looking for that real fast transition in doing so, trying to catch Birkalla out of position. Here's Harpus, he goes long, well, he comes wide this side, and he knocks that one out of play. Under a bit of pressure from Bartkowski. And I apologise to him if I do get that wrong. I will endeavour to get that right at some stage. Here's Hisamoto. He loses out to Matsumoto, and Matsumoto wins the throw-in for Birkalla, the defensive third. Here's Blackwood, but he loses out to Martinello. Martinello tries to find Hisamoto. Here's Bartkowski. He looks to play in Hisamoto, but Matsumoto clears. And it's out for another throw into Croydon. And Polly will take this throw and does so, looking for Slattery. Finds him. Slattery on his left, looks to cross and does so. And eventually goes out off Bartkowski for a goal kick. And Harpus will get us moving again. Goes short to Jurjevic. Here's Lecornu. Looks for Tyrese Conway on the far side. Finds him, but eventually goes out for a throw, and Christophilos will take this and does so. Goes short to Blackwood. He loses out to Greco, but Greco can't keep this one in. It's another throw to Birkalla. First 10-15 minutes of this second half started off very fast, and the time went by, flew by. Things have slowed down a little bit now, not as many opportunities, a little bit messy at times. And they play a bit of head tennis, and eventually the ball's on the deck, and Greco comes away with it from Hisamoto. Looks to release Barkovsky, but cut out by Jurjevic. And then Greco handballs that, trying to bring that one under. So Birkalla with the free kick. Yates gets us underway again. Here's Welsh. Playing a little bit deeper now since Blackwood's come on. Since those changes, and it's another handball, and this time Croydon will win the free kick. So since the changes, the double substitution and then the Blackwood substitution, Welsh has sort of dropped into a holding role alongside Yates. The Cornu wins that one. Does very well to win the second ball as well. Here's Bolmapore, he wins that one and finds Greco. Greco in turn finds James Polly for Croydon. Polly finds Hisamoto in some space. He's able to turn and release Slattery. Slattery with the left foot crosses. Finds Buck. Good, and it's gone in. Good, coming in at the far post, is able to get his left foot onto that, and he's put it in. I think it must have missed wrong-footed Harpus as it's gone in, as it didn't look like a very powerful shot. I think Harpus just misread that one, and it's gone past him, and it's now 3-1 to Croydon on the One World LED scoreboard, thanks to all your indoor and outdoor LED solutions. And that's a real dagger in the heart there for Birkalla, as they would have felt that there was a goal for them in this game to make it 2-2. And instead, Adam Good comes in and with a relatively good finish is enough to beat Harpus. Like I said, I think it wrong-footed Harpus, and he's unable to hold it, and it's gone past him into the back of the net. Greco cuts that one out, and it goes out for a throw-in. As it's certainly Dorigo now playing more as a 9, and Blackwood playing just off him in a... As Yates certainly felt the brunt of that challenge, and he's gone down. Here's Margush for Croydon, who'll look to go long and does so. Finds Barkovsky, who brings that under control and releases Greco. Greco looking for Good in behind, but hits it too straight, and it's straight through to Harpus, who finds Welsh in some space. He's able to turn, gets past 2, finds Blackwood. Blackwood, as soon as he's got control of that, surrounded by Croydon players. Christophilos wins that. Croydon certainly trying to get their boys higher, as George Sonis really urging his team on. Here's Blackwood. He's forced to go all the way back to Harpus. Eventually gets the ball out wide to Christophilos. He goes to find Conway and does, but Klimek cuts that one out. As that third goal for Croydon is somewhat deflated Birkalla's attacking options at the moment. They're forced back a lot at the moment. Croydon not allowing them to try and play forward. Given away by Harpus, Martinello. Here's Bolmapore. Goes all the way back to Margush. Margush goes wide, looking for Klimek and finds him beautifully. Klimek gets in behind and is brought down by Welsh. Just see Martinello there, just stretching calves behind play. Certainly just coming back from injuries. We're going to see another substitution. Looks like it's Birkalla making another change, and it's Conway on the far side making way for Glushkov coming on. He's going to come on at right back. So he's come on at right back, and he's allowed Matsumoto to be pushed up onto the right wing. And Becker's gone across to the left-hand side. So a little bit of a personnel change there and positional change for a few players. Here's Glushkov. He hooks it long and high, looking for Dorigo. He's met by Bolmapur, and Matsumoto wins it, but Greco is there. Been everywhere tonight, Greco, and wins that one back, and he goes back to Vivian. He in turn finds Hisamoto in some space, but he can't quite get control of it, and Burke's come away with it. Here's Lecornu. As we approach 80 minutes, only 10 minutes to go. Here's Becker goes inside, but he gets that away. Eventually goes over the line for a goal kick. And I believe that is all the Birkalla substitution. They've got Ashworth still on the bench, but I believe that's their 3 windows. So they can make up to 5 substitutions, but they've only got 3 windows to do that in. They've made 4 substitutions. They made a double substitution, then 2 singles. Here's Hisamoto looking to release Slattery on this near side. He finds him inside the box. He cuts it back, but only as far as he doesn't clear properly. And here's Barkovsky blocked by Lecornu. And eventually Harpus is able to clear. Burke's all at sea there, and Croydon unable to make that count. And eventually a shot from Barkovsky's blocked by Lecornu and then cleared by Harpus. And Croydon might start to see a little bit more space for them now, with Birkalla trying to push for a win, trying to push for their second goal. Here's Barkovsky. Barkovsky holding off 2 players at the moment and goes to the corner. And Burke's come away with it in the end. Yates finds Dorigo. He in turn looks for Blackwood and finds him. Here's Welsh. Yates, Lecornu. Jurjevic able to bring it around to this side, but he goes back to Lecornu. He goes long looking for Becker. Becker wins the flick, but only to as far as Vivian, and he hooks it forward. And that's going to go out for a throw-in on the far side to Birkalla. Croydon defensively have been very resolute and very disciplined when they lose the ball. But Birkalla will need to start applying a little bit more pressure, trying to get themselves back into this game. Currently 3-1 down at the moment, thanks to One World LED and Sportal for your LED indoor and outdoor solutions. Christophelos goes all the way back to Harpus. Harpus looking for Matsumoto, Glushkov, but Polly sees that one out for a throw-in. He in turn takes it and goes to Hisamoto, who finds Polly, but he can't bring that under control. Burks will get the throw-in on this near side, just in front of the Croydon dugout. Here's Blackwood, Hisamoto, cleared by Polly. Allows Barkowski to run onto something, but cleared by Birkalla. And again, out for a throw-in. Here is Polly to take throw, formerly of Olympic last year. Moved across to Croydon after Olympics being relegated to the HPG Home State League 1. Here's Klimek bursting forward, but cleared by Yates. And as far as the throw-in on the far side, and Good will slow this down. He'll probably allow Klimek to come and take it, as it does eat up some valuable time as we do move into the last 10 minutes of this game, plus time, whatever time is added by the referee Joe Jordan. Klimek looking for Good, finds him, and then crosses, finds Hisamoto in the box, but Jurjevic is there to win the tackle and clears. Here's Becker on the far side, cut out by Martinello. Again, just George Jones there, just telling Slattery to drop in the line, and as you can see, Croydon really setting up defensively when they don't have the ball, making it very difficult for Birkalla to break the lines and get through. Klimek goes long, looking for Bartkowski, but he gives away the free kick to Birkalla. Bit of a tussle with Lacornu. He's trying to get the ball back into play. Mr. Felos will leave this one. Lacornu will take this and does to Jurjevic, his centre-back partner. He looks to break the line and go short to Welsh in the end. Here's Yates. Yates will look in behind for Matsumoto. But I don't know if he's going to get there. Polly sees that one out for a goal kick. Very well played there from Croydon's left back in James Polly. As Martinello stretches his calves out again, he's starting to fill the 82 minutes play, the 83rd minute in those legs. Here's Blackwood, brings it under control but loses out to Hisamoto. In turn he finds Greco. Greco's able to come away with it, and he releases Polly again on this near side. Polly looks to cross with his left foot. It goes down the line, crosses, cleared by Jurjevic. Matsumoto faced by Slattery but loses out, and here's Slattery. He finds Hisamoto. Greco. Slattery. He'll keep the ball moving through Polly. Greco. Slattery. Eventually finds Polly in some space. He's able to get past one but not two. Harpers clears for Birkalla, only as far as Bolmapore at the halfway line, and he brings it under. And he'll go back to Margouche. He goes wide looking for Good. And goes all the way through to Lacornu, and Burks will come away with it. Here's Christophilos. He goes line looking for Becker, but it's gone out for a throw in before that, and Croydon will take their time with this throw-in, as they will look to slow the clock down as much as they can, or slow the play down, should I say, as much as possible, and just ease the pressure and see out this remaining 6 minutes plus time added, 5 minutes plus time added. And a win tonight for Croydon. Will close the gap between them and Campbelltown. Croydon currently sitting 7th on 12 points. Campbelltown currently sitting in 6th on 16 points. So I'll put my point behind Campbelltown. Campbelltown to play FK Beergrade tomorrow at One Solution Park. And if you tune into that game, you will hear my voice again for the second time this weekend, as I will be covering the FK Beergrade Campbelltown game tomorrow, with FK Beergrade currently sitting 2nd on the table on 18 points, 5 points behind Metro Stars. Here's Welsh, he hooks it forward, cleared by Martinello. Greco wins it for Croydon. Here's Slattery. He looks to beat Glushkov down the line and does so, and finds Greco in a little bit of space, and he's able to get down the line. Bodies himself into the box, does very well, and crosses. And only crosses into the side netting. And Harpers will get the ball quickly back into play. With a full day of fixtures tomorrow across men's and women's here in SA. Tomorrow, in the HPG Home State League 1, Adelaide Blue Eagles are playing Cumberland at 2 o'clock at Martin. And at 3 o'clock you've got Cove versus Cobras, Salisbury versus Sturt Lion. Here's Good. Hisamoto looks to chip Harpers, but hits that one wide. And it goes out for a goal kick. South Adelaide at home to Pontian Eagles. West Adelaide at home to Fulham United at 3 o'clock, and in the late game in the HPG Home State League 1 is Vipers versus Adelaide Olympic at Apex, where Vipers ground share or do hire the pitch from Olympic in the HBG Home State League 2 North League. Gawler Eagles are playing Garn. Salisbury to take on Adelaide Atletico. Northern Demons take on Port Adelaide in Port Perry. Mowbray Vista take on Elizabeth Grove. Here's Balmapore comes away with it for Croydon, and big challenge with Welsh, and it falls to Yates. Yates finds Blackwood. Blackwood gets hit, but played on. Here's Becker in the box. Gets a shot away, but Balmapore's there in the way, blocking that one, and it's out for a corner. And just to finish off the HBG Home State League 2 South, we've got Noarlunga playing Adelaide Uni. Seaford Rangers taking on Eastern United. Adelaide Titans taking on Western Strikers. And in the RAA, NPLSA tomorrow, Adelaide Croatia Raiders taking on Adelaide City. Adelaide United taking on Mowbray Jets. Playford taking on Adelaide Comets. Pause there. Matsumoto takes this, goes far post. Welsh wins the header back across. Here's the volley from Dorigo, and that goes high over the bar and over the net. FK Beergrad kick off there. Round 11 clash against Campbelltown at 5 o'clock tomorrow, and Metro Stars, they kick off their game against Para Hills at 7:30 at TK Shuttle Reserve tomorrow night. As Croydon go to the bench. As it ticks over 87 minutes, it looks like Greco's going to make way here. He's covered a lot of ground tonight, Greco. And he's making way for Doherty to come on. Wearing the number 3. I dare say he'll go alongside Martinello and just sitting there in the middle of the park. Margush goes long. Won by Welsh. Here's Matsumoto. He looks to find Blackwood. Goes a little bit wide, and here's Becker though. He's able to pick it up. Gets into the box onto his right. He goes and finds Welsh. Welsh at the top of the box. He's blocked, and Slattery clears. And as far as Jurjevic, he brings that one down. And goes wide to Dorigo now on this side. Polly wins that one, and it goes out for a throw in. Margush takes that one on the line. And that one goes very high and long from Margush, and Jurjevic and Bartkowski battle it out, and the corner comes through and wins it. Here is Doherty with his first touch and loses out to Yates. Here's Welsh. Welsh blocked by Bartkowski. Burke's come away with it again. Matsumoto. Brought down by Martinello. Wins the free kick as we tick into the 90th minute. Whatever time Joe Jordan sees fit will be played now. The time added. Birkalla 2 goals down here at Jack Smith Park. 3-1 at the current moment. Thanks to One World LED and Sportal. Scoreboard for all your LED indoor and outdoor solutions. Here's Yates. He finds Dorigo. Dorigo's able to turn and find Matsumoto, but he's in an offside position. As Balmapore will leave this one and let Margush come out the box to take it, I would say. As they do look to eat up as much time as they can. Margush will go long. Does, looking for Slattery. Cleared by Glushkov. Polly will happily look to see that one out, but doesn't, and eventually gives away the free kick to Matsumoto. Welsh gets the ball moving again quickly. Here's Jurjevic. Yates, I'm going to get forward a lot quicker than this at the present moment if they are to get anything out of this game. They still need 2 goals to get a point. Here's Lacuna, goes all the way back to Harpers. Harpus looks to go long, but he's taking his time. He goes short to Yates. LeCornu goes long, looking for Becker in behind, but that's going to go out for a throw on the far side. And it seems that Birkalla are devoid of any real threat going forward at the present moment. And they're not trying to get the ball forward at any rapid rate either, which does not bode well, especially when you're 3-1 down and needing goals. Croydon Klimek goes long. Hismoto wins a flick. Jurjevic cleans up and goes back to Harpus. Bartkowski will put him under some pressure, and he in turn looks for Glushkov, but cut out by Polly. Polly's met by Matsumoto here. Polly will look to go the corner and eventually runs it out of play. Matsumoto takes the throw in. Nope, gets held up. Eventually gets the throw in. Goes inside to Blackwood. He turns away from Good, but loses out eventually. Wins a free kick. Dorigo gets us underway again, moving ball quickly. Here's Christophilos. Goes backwards to Yates. He finds Glushkov, but he's met by Polly, and the ball goes out for a throw-in, and Berks win that throw-in. Glushkov take the throw. He finds Blackwood. Blackwood brings that under control, but manages to turn away from two, met by a third, and then knocks that out of play as Matsumoto can't bring that under control. As we tick over the 94th minute. Played 93. Croydon go long. Here's Matsumoto. Finds Blackwood. Blackwood in turn finds Matsumoto down the line. He crosses, looking for Becker at the far post, but it's too far behind him. It falls to Christophilos. He finds Becker now. Back to Christophilos. He goes wide, looking for Becker, and finds him. Becker's able to get his foot on that. He finds Glushkov. He goes to Yates. Yates comes inside to Blackwood. Blackwood finds Dorigo, but then he gives it away, and Martinello puts his boot through that and goes as far as he can, and Harpus well out of his goal. He goes long, takes a little touch, might help, but it only aids the take for Margush, who takes that one and takes his time. As Margush goes long, cleared by LeCornu, hoping Becker can get on the end of that, and he does so. He's up against Vivian on the far side. He cuts inside and looks to find Matsumoto, and does. He cuts inside, beats two, beats the third, finds Blackwood. Blackwood at the top of the box. And there's no advantage, and Birkalla have a free kick in a very dangerous position. 25 yards out from goal. An opportunity now for Berks to put some pressure on Margush. Hopefully score, and then try and find a third in the dying embers of this match. As Christophilos looks to be taking this one. Yates over it as well, and all the tall timber have come forward. As Joe Jordan gets the wall back, the required 10. Margush sets his wall, four-man wall. As we tick over into the 96th minute, Christophilos hits it with his left and it goes wide. And Joe Jordan calls time here at Jack Smith Park as Croydon come away with a 3-1 win, thanks to goals to Hismoto's penalty. I believe the goal might have gone to Trimboli, the first one with a slight touch off him. The other goal going to Good, the substitute. And the goal for Birkalla, scored by Klassen Thomas. Made it 2-1, and that was just before half-time, and Berks really thought they'd get another goal before the half-time whistle, but that didn't eventuate, and unfortunately it didn't eventuate in that second half either. As we finish here in the RAA NPLSA round 11 clash between Birkalla and Croydon at Jack Smith Park, 3-1 to the away team, who take all 3 points and close that gap on Campbelltown before they play tomorrow. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to get out of the cold weather and hopefully try and warm up before tomorrow's game at 5 o'clock. So tune in to the games tomorrow if you can get out to them. If not, tune in on the FSA League's YouTube channel and catch up on all the action there. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you on the next one.